All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and Bahashem Rakakudash. I like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Salakia. And today, this lesson is pretty much inspired by, a brief conversation I had with my mom the other day. And I'm going to entitle this, America is a stressful place, and indeed it is, due to the particular things that we have to deal with in this country, such as, being taxed to death, having to pay, numerous bills and, so forth and so on, man. So, I have this article I looked, first I looked, what was the most stressful country in the world, and they said Afghanistan, was the most stressed, was the most stressed out country, So then, let's take it a step further, to see, what were the most stressed out cities in America. So just look at the top 10, man. But pretty much, America's among, the top stressed out, countries in the world. I think it was like 55% of this year, And this article was from last year. It says most and least stressed cities in America. And this is published June 10th, 2023, or July 10th, 2023. Slakia says stress is inevitable. Everyone experiences some type and level of it normally, but the past few years have elevated American stress levels with the C-19 pandemic, followed by record high inflation and spiking homicide rates. Around 83% of Americans currently feel stressed out about inflation, and 75% feel stressed out about violence and crime, according to a recent survey from the American Psychological Association. It says stress is not always a bad thing, though certain kinds of stress can have positive effects on a person's well-being, at least in the right doses. According to Psychology Today, a little bit of stress, known as acute stress, can be exciting. It keeps us active and alert. When stress reaches an unmanageable level, however, it turns chronic. That's when we become vulnerable to its damaging effects, such as health problems and loss of productivity. By one estimate, workplace-related stress alone costs society more than $300 billion a year. Says to determine the cities where Americans cope best, Wallet Hub compared more than 180 cities across 39 key metrics. Our data sets ranges from average weekly work hours to the unemployment rate to divorce and suicide rates. So pretty much, America is a stressed out place. And as you can see, because of, just like I said, because of inflation, things are getting more and more expensive, which that inflation is eventually going to turn to, hyperinflation, making it even harder for people to live, and then violence, as you can see, violence and crime is more, and it's going to ramp up even more, as this place continues to collapse, and then that's just, two of the main things that people are stressed about, man, crime and inflation, and it's understandable, So I was having a conversation with my mom the other day, she, because I was going through, a little something, her and my sister helped me out, but pretty much, she was just like, well, I don't want you to be stressed out, to which I replied, I'm going to be stressed out regardless, it's something, something that's going to stress me out, whether it's a little bit or, something, major, like something that's going to stress us out. or stress me out in general, because again, we're in this flesh, we're subject to sin, and then, those of us that have been awakened, to this truth, we have this knowledge. And to say he that increaseth, knowledge increaseth sorrow, roughly paraphrasing, which I'm going to get that, but, she just kind of looked at me crazy, and I told her, I said, even if I was to explain it to you, you wouldn't understand. So, she still kind of, looked crazy. So my sister was sitting there too, So I said, just to put it to you briefly, America is a stressful place. To which she still kind of looked at me strange, like she didn't get it, when I pretty much just said it briefly, you know what I'm saying? This is a stressful place that we're in, man. Babylon is stressful. Esau, Edom is putting hell on us, daily. Now, granted, some days are better than others, but overall, we're still in this hell, man. So we're just going to look at just the top 10 cities, and this is just from last year, So you have Augusta, Georgia, with 52.74% says work stress, financial stress, family stress, health and, so forth and so on, man. But you have Augusta, Georgia, 10. St. Louis, 53.30%. Fayetteville, North Carolina, 53.53%. Memphis, Tennessee, 53.81. Shreveport, Louisiana, 54.11. Philadelphia, 55.29. Birmingham, 57.11. Baltimore, 57.43. Number 2, right where we at, Detroit, 57.75%. And number 1, as of 2023, Cleveland at 62.62%, man. So, this is due to work stress, family, related issues, financial stress, man. Like, it's a stressful place, man. And this is why we have to get out of here. Because, again, man, pretty much all Esau Edom wants is workers, just like, I think it was David Rockefeller. If it wasn't him, I think it was John D. Rockefeller. It was one of the Rockefellers that pretty much said, that they don't want a nation of thinkers, they want a nation of workers. And pretty much that's all Esau Edom wants, to work us to death, man. And shit, that's the case for a lot of our people, man. They work these jobs, most of their lives, trying to, get, retirement and 401k, things of that sort, just to really end up with nothing at the end of the day, man. It's an extremely stressful place. So I'm going to get the scriptures, man. I'm going to start in the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. And it says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the way of the Lord our power. And yeah, man. So wherever the nation of Israel is scattered, primarily here in America, but, wherever we're scattered, we're in captivity, We're in captivity, especially those of us that are here in America and Babylon the Great, man. We're in captivity and we've been made, a reproach and a curse. This is why we get treated, so poorly by the heathen nations, because, again, we went off. We sinned against the Lord, We turned our back against the Lord. Hence the reason why we're going through, our particular afflictions, man. And why a lot of our people, receive the particular judgments that they do, So we're subject to payments. A lot of us have, everyone in America has bills, but just as far as the nation of Israel in particular, we have bills, rent, car payments, for those that went to school, student loans, as far as, some may have children, some, a lot of brothers have children, they may have to pay, child support, dealing with, the law, tickets, anything that involves us pretty much giving all of our money back to this system, man, is pretty much draining us. You know, it's draining us, and it's tiring, man. So I'm gonna get the book of Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25, and it says, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and he shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of times." Now let's talk about Esau, Edom, pretty much, blaspheming the Lord, but he pretty much had us, in derision for 350 years, but, this man is wearing us out, man. A lot of these jobs that we have are stressful. Some brothers may have, very laborious jobs, man, where, they're, pretty much back-breaking jobs, whereas, it'll wear on your body eventually, because, again, a lot of us, don't get a lot of sleep either, man, because, again, it's like we're constantly worried about something, man. We're always worried about something. Let me see, and I'm going to grab that. It might be in Deuteronomy. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22. Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 66. And it says, "And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and thou shalt have no assurance of thy life." So, yeah, man, even though we're in this truth, we know, we put our faith and trust in the Lord, to keep us protected. But overall, we still have that thought that anytime, we can be taken out, man. That adds to that stress that we pretty much have, that, man, our lives are hanging out, especially, the 2/3 of our people, man. They pretty much think this is it. We're going to be in America forever. And, that's not the case. The Lord is eventually going to come back and deliver his people, starting with the elect. 2/3 have to get put down first, and then they'll be reborn and become righteous. Man, but pretty much, it says we fear day and night, man, because we don't know what the next day may bring. So again, man, it's a stressful place because we don't know. But again, man, we just pray the Lord comes back to deliver us, man. Let me see. It's the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10, and it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction." So, yeah, man. Now, this doesn't, mean that we should physically get up, and leave America, man. Like, no. The Lord is going to deliver us out of this place, man. So that flee doctrine, it's not going to work, because no matter where you go in this world, as long as you're an Israelite, man, you're going to catch hell, man. You're going to deal with something. As it says in the book of Deuteronomy 28, "Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out." So as soon as you're born into this world, you're cursed. As soon as you die, you're cursed. And these curses are going to be on us until the Lord, puts everything back in order, man. So, again, America is not our rest, man. This isn't the end all be all, man. And again, this place is polluted. The air is polluted, the food, the women. It's a very, very toxic environment, man, that we're in. So it's a lot of stress that, we're accumulating. Then a lot of us, brothers, we're young, man. A lot of us shouldn't be, as stressed as we are. But, a lot, brothers deal with their stress, how they deal with it. But overall, man, like, America is an extremely stressful place. Just here in Detroit alone, man, like, this is a stressful city to be in, man. Like, these people out here are crazy. But again, I'm pretty sure, it's all over the country, man. But, each city is different. Each city has, a particular spirit about it, I'll say, you know. So I'm going to jump to the, Micah chapter 7. And it says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light and I shall behold his righteousness. And yeah, man, we're in this situation because we sinned against the Lord, when he brought us out of Egypt. We were hard-headed then, and, a lot of our people are still hard-headed to this day, but those of us that have been awakened, that are been blessed to receive this truth, this is the Lord pretty much extending his hand to us, opening that door of repentance, to give us a chance, to convert and be healed, man. But again, there's pretty much no hope for 2/3, man, because they're gonna die here. They refuse to turn from their wicked ways. So, the Lord is gonna be justified in taking them out, man, because they're right. Let me see, because I quoted it, if I can remember. Slocky. Spell check. All right. And then I'm going to end it on this. This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 18. And it says, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. See, yeah, man, pretty much the more we know, the more, it's pretty much, going to bother us because, again, this is an extremely wicked world we live in, man. So a lot of things are going to bother us. Things are going to piss us off, especially because we have, this caveman ruling over us, dealing with his wicked system, that is pretty much built against us to keep us down in a low condition. But again, man, it's not going to be like that, forever. The Lord, hopefully, is going to come back soon, to deliver us out of this place, man. Because as it says, if the days aren't shortened, then, no flesh will remain. But man, the Lord said he shortened the time, for the very elect's sake, So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. Till the next time I say Shalom.